Joe Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at Gnawgahyde, Porkbelly, and Yobbo from the G.I. Joe Classified series. This is new window box packaging with, as you can see, just the wrong amount of glare, in my opinion. But whatever, it's a classy looking finish. I just now noticed that the Cobra logo is nice and slick. It has a nice gloss to it. You can see pretty much everything in the package through the window. Back of the box, you've got the nice diorama scene with a couple of little features going on up here. Oh, and look at that. A little tab to show you which side is easiest to open from. And we still have the specialties here on the box, which you can visit gijoe.com to check out what those are. Oh, and on the side here. And I don't know if this QR code is going to give us anything or not. My guess is no. But you know what? I'll stop. I'll stop and find out. Hang on just a second. Yep, it still just takes you to Hasbro's website. So that's, come on. I do like the flat finish on the QR code, though, which I guess is maybe necessary, because if it was reflective, maybe it wouldn't read. I don't know. Anyway, let's get these guys out of the box and take a look. I like that we haven't had a deluge of classified recently, although it is coming in July. There are a lot of exclusives from Walmart and Target that are shipping sometime this month. Obviously, this wave of figures with Doc strangely having been delayed to September on Hasbro Pulse. I don't know. Ooh, maybe that... Nope, still the same glare on that. I wish these had a nice flat finish so I could use them for my thumbnails. So Doc showing up in Walmart's, but delayed until September from Pulse. I don't know what the deal is. But it's okay, because we've got plenty of stuff, G.I. Joe and otherwise, to review between now and then. So if I find a Doc, I'll review him on here. If I don't before then I'll just review him when Pulse sends him. We'll see what happens. Lots of accessories, and obviously this is a with pet set. The knife's really jammed in there. And the pet in this instance... being almost, that's not great, really warped machete there, unless that's the intent, which I don't think is the case. I'll heat it up, it'll flatten out, but not a great first impression, right? Oh gosh. Oh no, look, tape. Something we have rarely, if ever, seen in classified packaging. And I've always been so pleased with Hasbro for that. Because I hate having stickiness on my brand new figures. Look, the sniper... Well, yeah, it's sort of warped. Where did that come from? No, not really, actually. It looked like it was warped. Yeah, it's got a little slight bend. You see? But again, it'll flatten out. Yeah, Hasbro has avoided using tape for the most part with classified series, so I'm disappointed to see it there. And these are all examples of reuse for accessories, which in some instances totally makes sense. And in other instances, it's maybe a little disappointing. You know how your parents would tell you, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. And I feel that sometimes. I'm not loving how snugly these accessories are pressed into this tray. And this, that is one floppy compound bow right there. Which, of course, we've seen before in the line. Ah! Yobbo! Oh, no! So, Yobbo's arm does come off there. You have to glue that in. It looks like there was no I at one point mentioned glue as far as toy assembly was concerned, and somebody in the comments said, "They don't use glue." And okay, adhesion, something to permanently connect two pieces, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But it clearly was not used here, and should have been. So, but I mean, that honestly, not a big deal. Nothing is broken. I just need to put a little dab of glue in there and fix this guy right up. I've actually got some Gorilla Glue right up there. And then look at this big giant piece of tape on the back of that for seemingly no reason whatsoever. That's strange. Okay, boy, I must be feeling nitpicky today because I feel like I've already picked a lot of nits. I do like his skin tone. I feel like it's something a little different from what we've seen before in our G.I. Joe Caucasians. He just seems slightly darker, ruddier, something. I don't know. All right, let's put all the accessories to the side here. Man, Porkbelly. I'm excited about Porkbelly. And take a look at Gnawgahyde. Oh, and you know what I didn't do? I didn't grab... It's been a minute since I've done one of these. I did not grab the original Gnawgahyde, so hang on. So I like to do the comparisons to the original figures just to see where the inspiration came from, not because I feel like these need to be 100% like the originals, but oftentimes when I take a look, I'll realize, oh, I understand why they made this choice with classified, or I understand why this is supposed to be that, or even, oh, he did come with, his weapon does actually pretty much look like that. Why would they make a new thing? So the portrait is cooler than the renders made it look, in my opinion. The scarring on the head reads a whole lot better. I do like the tattoo on the head, and they've gotten a nice kind of fading with the black. It's not just a black printed on tattoo. Same thing with his arm. In all, Classified has done a very good job with making tattoos look good. I like his vest quite a bit. Look at this. Look at all the deco on the back here. Like, that looks really, really good. And there's no... You can't tell where the tampos met. Because this would... I would imagine this would have had a front and back tampo on it. And sometimes you can see where things don't quite meet up. But it looks really good. I love these teeth. The teeth clasps, I guess. And then he's got the necklace and the dog tags. So let's take a look at the original and do a little side-by-side. I'm not going to pull all of the pieces of my original off because if I remember correctly, it was kind of a pain to get him situated. But look at this. First of all, what does his head look like? So he's got... Oh, I believe that's like an earring, maybe? Supposed to be. But he's got a lot of character. I wouldn't have minded the tooth necklace being a little bit bigger as it is on the Real American Hero version. Let's see, he's got a pistol. Excuse me. Oh gosh, what's my verbiage I decided upon? A hand blaster. He's got a hand blaster down there. Doesn't have that on classified. I'm pretty okay with that. And then he's got a sheath on the front of his boot. They've actually done, as far as I'm concerned, a good job of making Gnawgahyde not just look like Roadblock. Now, we all know about the tattoo. I don't know what the story is behind that as far as classified goes. The Anarchy is Road Pig's tattoo. Gnawgahyde should have the crossed out G.I. Joe tattoo. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I guess we might find out more when Road Pig is revealed. I do like the classified armband with the teeth on it. Very cool. So yeah, you can see comparison-wise, looks good. If I had my druthers, oh man, hang on. He won't stand up even on the stand. There we go. If I had my druthers, he would not have this. I am not a fan of these asymmetrical knee pad situations. As a matter of fact, I would rather him not have these shin guards either. And if you're going to give him these shin guards and this knee pad, don't make them military olive drab. I don't hate it, but I don't agree with the decision, which is, what a lot of stuff just comes down to. Canister grenades on his belt look good. Well, and he's got a couple of lemon grenades over here too, I guess. I like him. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about him, but to me, they have differentiated him enough from Roadblock to where at no point am I going to look at my shelf and be like, oh, well, that's just a white Roadblock. Like, nobody, and honestly, I don't think anybody's going to think that. People may claim otherwise, but just with all the extra bits and pieces and everything, I am good with his look. And looking at the original figure, I feel like they've done a good job updating. So cool, good job. I like it. This business is not my favorite, but also doesn't kill the figure for me in any way. Okay, let's move on. Oh, he feels. I always forget to do feel because I'm just thinking about it. He feels really good. Plastic is solid. You're going to struggle with keeping that armband in place, but that's just, well, maybe, oh, look, here, hang on. It's sliding a little bit. If I can get it a little more snug, a little higher up, maybe it won't slide around. He's got pins, but I don't know, these just aren't distracting me too terribly much. Yeah, again, yes, of course I'd rather him not have them, but if the whole line was pinless and then all of a sudden this guy showed up, I'd be like, what is this? But that's just not the case. I'll pull that necklace down a little bit more. It looks a little better. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Everything feels good. Everything feels solid. It moves well. Nothing is stuck. So quality of plastic-wise, very good. Let's stand him over here. And take a look at Porkbelly, who is represented with his little earring. I don't know if I was conscious of the original having that earring. So that's what the original looked like. This is what the new one looks like. And holy cow. Wait, look at this. I don't know that I was... What fun we're having learning the limits of these animals this time around, huh? So that jaw will pop right out, but it also stays in place. Look, I'm holding him by the jaw, and it's holding it. So it's not loosely connected. It's just if you push it too far, it is going to pop out of place. But he's got some kind of, he got a nail or something in his tusk right there. He's got the big nose ring. And he does have the earring like the original. Look at those beady little eyes. How do you like to run into this guy? Anywhere, let alone a dark alley. Articulation-wise, oh wow, look at the range on that neck. Very nice. So the neck rotates and moves up and down, and then the head is on probably a barbell under there. Well, this plastic's soft enough right now that it'll pop right off. No, it will not pop right off, but I bet it's on like a barbell under there. It's got a little movement side to side, a little up and down, some rotation. Really, what more do you need out of a boar? The torso that we're kind of used to on these kind of animal figures. Same thing with the shoulders, knees. Good amount of articulation. And he's got painted hooves, which I'm very happy about. Because I'm still... What was it? Who was it that had, like, unpainted paws and it looked weird to me? Was it one of the Timbers? I don't know. Whatever the case. Oh, Junkyard. Junkyard has, like, strangely unpainted paws, and it throws me off a little bit. Porkbelly is great. The tail is just on a little ball stand there, so it just rotates, which I am fine with. Twitchy little pigtail. Doesn't need to do a whole lot as far as I'm concerned. All right. He's great. His paint is great. The sculpt is great. All of this sculpted detail, this pig flesh detail, beautifully done. Hasbro, or the Classified team, has yet to disappoint with one of their animal figures. Love him. Oh, and size-wise, okay, so we all know Gnawgahyde's going to be a larger figure. He's on that roadblock buck. He is about 6 3/4 inches tall, and you can see right. Let's zoom back out. You can see our size. Porkbelly's a nice size. This is not a sweet little tiny pig. This is a beast. Not nearly as big as these fellows can get. Apparently there was like a 700-pound boar found in Australia. So I don't know. Or if you've ever seen, what is the movie? I can't think of it right now because I didn't imagine I was going to be bringing it up. There's a movie about a massive killer boar that's actually pretty decent. Okay. Tell me in the comments if you can think off the top of your head what that movie is. He's got a little bit of a Dax Harwood look to him, which I'm not mad at. All right. There's that guy. There's Porkbelly. Yobbo, we already kind of took a look at with his arm problem. Okay, that's really annoying. Hang on. I'm not going to put up with that. What have I got here? Yeah, Gorilla Super Glue. We'll take care of that problem. I'm not going to glue it on my nice little work area here. I'm going to move off to the side because if I got any glue on this mat, that would drive me insane forever. Okay. Little dab will do ya. Just jam that right in there and our arm problem is fixed. So he has no articulation, which I'm not going to lie, a little disappointing. Now, let me get these guys out of the shot. There we go. Ah, I'm going to end up getting super glue on my workspace, aren't I? Okay. Great little face sculpted on there. I mean, he looks excellent. I have no complaints about his sculpt, about his paint, about anything else, but some articulation would have been nice. And by articulation, I don't mean his arm falls off. But he's a great little prop. And he'll be good. Now, I don't know. Okay, so you can kind of put his arms around Porkbelly's mane. Have a little writing situation here, which I still kind of wish he was a meerkat, but I understand. And then he can also go up here on Gnawgahyde's shoulder. That I'm sure can be achieved with a little more grace than what I've got going on right now. Maybe he'll show up that way in the thumbnail. We'll see. But I'm waiting for this glue to set. So yeah, he's an accessory. I am not even considering him an animal companion, although I guess I consider Polly that, and Polly is a slug as well. So yeah, I don't know. I would like to see a monkey with more articulation in the Classified line at some point. So there's the hat, which you can see has some sculpt in there to fit it to his head. So that pushes way down on those eyebrows because that's basically where that's sculpted to sit. Looks great. Again, more teeth. I like all the teeth on him. You'd think there could be some tooth overkill, but no. I think he has got a solid amount of teeth, and it's working for him. We have seen the sniper rifle before, as well as the case for it. But I would argue, and everybody may not agree with me, the original figure came with, this rifle. Gosh, I'm just not paying any attention to this precision blaster. I don't know what to call this stuff anymore. I just don't want YouTube mad at me. Which is not my favorite piece from the original line, to be honest. I don't really have a problem with Gnawgahyde having the same armament, how about that, as Lowlight. Like, it just kind of doesn't bother me. And I don't think I'm even going to display him with this piece, in all likelihood. Because it's not the most interesting thing that he has. Make sure I don't break anything while I'm pulling it apart here. Such a nice setup. I dig it. So yeah, maybe this goes to Night Force, or no, we're not getting Night Force Lowlight. A regular Lowlight is pretty much Night Force Lowlight. We're getting Slaughter's Marauders Lowlight, who I don't think comes with this. I think he comes with a different situation. So maybe I'll give this to him. I don't know. I'll find out. But I don't believe... I really love how they've done the interior here in this brown color with the inlay. Does give it a nice upgraded look. I don't believe I'm even going to display this on the shelf with Gnawgahyde. What I will display, again, even though we've seen it before, a few times before now, but these colors are different, and I guess I see where the olive drab is kind of working across the figure, because he's got, can you say grenade? I don't know. He's got grenades, he's got the knee pad, the shin guards, and then this matches up with that stuff, so not the worst addition to his color scheme. Well, it's not even really an addition, because the original figure, as we saw, has some olive drab on it. Of course, now my question is this going to plug into his back in any kind of satisfying way? Well, that doesn't seem to want to go all the way in. Yeah, it kind of sticks out there. All right. Yeah, it was in there too. It was in. I wasn't sure if it went all the way into his back. So the peg is apparently a little long, which, if you remember, Roadblock does not have a backpack. So maybe they just made his peg more shallow. What I might do is cut a little bit off of that peg to get it more snug on his back. Now that I am not going to do live right here. Maybe I will. Hang on. Because look, there's a lot of peg right there. Let's see. Oh, let me get my trusty super cheapo model / toy kit here with my not X-Acto knife. And let's see if I can do a little trimming live on the video. I am in a weird, and again, I'm not going to do this on my mat. I'm going to do this off to the side. I'm just going to cut a tiny little bit off of that peg. I just cut that much off, if you can see. Worst case scenario is now it won't quite stay in, and I'll put a little blue tack in there, and maybe that'll keep it in place. Gosh, what world are we living in where I'm sitting here altering toys during a review? Look at that. Much better. It still kind of just hangs there, but I think that looks way better. Now, how well is it going to stay in? pretty well. Okay. All right, so that's in there. Oh, see, now it feels like it's kind of just in his jacket and didn't make it into the body. There we go. Okay, now it's in there. Looks significantly better with that peg trim down. I'm not recommending anybody do that. I will never recommend anybody mutilate their toys. But for me, I can live with that now. Okay, so he also has, the arrow that we've seen before, but again, it is in different colors. And that's just going to go right in there. That works. It's got a couple of knives. Look how good the metallic silver on the blades looks. Really nice and shiny. If you wanted to, you could probably move this sheath over to the other side to match that original figure a little bit better, but I'm not going to bother with that. And then he's got the sheath on the back of his belt there. Slide that right in. I'm really liking him. I really am. Obviously need to flatten that machete out. But it's a cool... Yeah, I'll get that better. It's kind of a cool design because it looks like rope, like he's just tied this as kind of a rigged up situation, as opposed to the clips on the old figure. So he can still hold this, and yeah, of course the ropes are just sticking out and looking weird, but I dig that to where it's not completely unreasonable as a machete attached to your wrist. You know what I mean? Like it feels like there is sort of some logic to it. I could see somebody in like a Robert Rodriguez movie absolutely coming up with a rig like this. So I'm okay with that. And then finally his compound bow again, which we've seen before, and it just seems so tiny. I don't know. I don't love this piece. I might try and find just a different... I might give him a shotgun or something. I don't know. I would rather him have just a regular bow like the original. This just seems too small for this big giant dude. And I know I've explained this before. I have no idea how he's... Oh, this has this business on it. Oh, it does. You know what I didn't notice before? It's got that little pull. Because the one thing I do know about compound bows is that you put your finger through that and pull it back, as opposed to the normal situation of just pulling on the bowstring. I know that from from the Stone Cold Steve Austin movie Hard to Kill. No, not Hard to Kill. Sorry. Hunt to Kill. Hunt to Kill? I think that's right. What a wild trip down my lack of memory lane this has been today. So this is a weighting mechanism, I believe people have told me in the past, and I don't know which way he's supposed to hold this thing. I'm just going to put it in his hand. Look how tiny this looks on him. This is practically Road Pig's crossbow, like scale-wise, on this guy. So some of the accessory choices I'm not a massive fan of. I'm just going to pull this off. I might find a new weapon for him. But the figure, I feel like they did a nice job of using parts we've already seen. The pets, I don't know. There's he looks like Gnawgahyde. But there are some budget-related decisions that were made that make me not love this set as much as I wanted to love this set. And it's not bad by any means. And I'm going to put it on the shelf and I'm going to be happy with it. And also, this is Gnawgahyde. This isn't like a primary character. This isn't anybody that was, oh my gosh, I hope they can get Gnawgahyde in the line. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wanted Gnawgahyde because he's a weirdo. But, I'm good with him. I'm good with him. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.